Visual people often perceive their surroundings with their eyes straight away. However, the blind and people with low vision take their other senses such as touch and hearing to explore the world in depth. And these senses become their critical lenses to understand things around them. So my project explores how sensory moments or spaces can engage with people with low vision as a body experience to navigate the site of rock pool located in Malabar, and how these sensory elements can secure their emotional states. There are two main stages of this project. Firstly, I investigated the tactile patterns related to the ocean environment and translate some particular elements of it into a spatial quality. The pattern I was interested in at the early stage was color reflection on the water. This is not a direct tactility you can touch, but it is ephemeral moments that the people with low vision can engage with. And it was interesting how colors mix and separate while the water is moving. And also there were possibilities to think about the elements of mirroring created by the reflection. And I also digitally explored how the forms of color reflections possibly move and change. And according to the research, color is a vital tool for the people with low vision to perceive and understand the object's environment and any surroundings. Moreover, high contrast colors can be seen by them even in blur. Also, there are different stages of water waves such as moving, rippling, and staying. However, the contrast colors in blur are still visible, which means people with low vision can perceive them. Talking about the site, the ocean pool located in Malabar has rich sensory elements, such as different types of sound and temperature created by different levels of the landscape. Therefore, there are lots of possibilities to create different atmospheric qualities which my project aimed for. Since I remotely investigated this project, in order to understand the vision impairment, I have tried a blind spatial mapping in my own place which had a similar set to the ocean pool. The findings of this exercise allowed me to think that as well as tactile elements, sound and temperature change can highly impact the emotional state of the people with vision impairment. Therefore, bodily experience can be crucial for them to navigate the site. Based on the previous exercise, I've applied the principles to the ocean pool site, how possibly people with vision impairment can experience the site in terms of types of sound, temperature change, and touch of handrails. There are 5 design goals I've significantly included for my design. First of all, as I've mentioned before, sensory engagement can be a critical navigator for them to understand the site. And they also have to feel secure emotionally anywhere they go or stay. And also the natural environment such as landscape and vegetation have to be preserved without any huge damage to sustain the environment. Also, the value of belonging in a community is vital without any sense of isolation. Lastly, in order to help them exploring the different parts of the ocean pool, the elements of wayfinding was critically considered. Basically, the primary users for this project are people with low vision, particularly the narratives of a young couple, single professional, and elderly person who have vision impairment were considered to proceed my design with a generosity. The design concept initiated with an idea of columns. They are main materials to create a space open or closed. They sat in a certain distance since people can sense how far they came, and also these columns become a navigator for people with low vision to explore the site. Then I explored the opening and roof typologies to see the possibilities to the design. In addition, since the ocean pool has different levels of the landscape, I investigated how space can respond to the different ground stages, such as when it is attached to the ground or when it is on the slope or even above the water. Also, I applied a high contrast color scheme of yellow and red to the columns and handrails to support people with low vision to navigate the site in an effective way. So basically, they will explore the site with yellow continuous handrails attached to the red coating columns. Importantly, bright timber columns are installed at every entrance of space. So when the handrail stops or when they have to enter a new space, these columns signify their transition into a new space, and it leads people safely. Moreover, Braille is written on these signifying columns so that low vision or blind people can understand where they are entering. There are three main zones for different spatial qualities. Flat zone is like a pavilion where people look over the site and stay. And there is a ground zone for community center where shower room and kitchen are installed. And the tidal zone located deep inside of the site, which is called a reflection space, is created in a tranquil atmosphere. And then when you go close to the ocean via pathway, which is called sound space, you can only focus on the sound of ocean, avoiding any disruption of other sound. Therefore, different zones have different atmospheric values to engage with people with low vision. There are three main accessibilities towards ocean pool. First of all, you can use the existing steps coming from car park, or you can pass by the pavilion, or you can come from the ramp when you are coming from the Malaba beach. These moving sequences and variations show how low vision people possibly move around or stay around the site. And critically, it was approved that low vision people can safely enjoy the whole site by walking alone. The pavilion built on the plateau takes a role as an observatory, and it is the most safe space away from the water tide. And this is a view of open community space in the ground zone. And this shows how reflection space sits above the water with surroundings. In this space, people engage with the water reflection underneath in the enclosed form. And this is the main engagement with them. Also, wind coming from the water to the sky and vice versa can circulate this space to be airy. As the ceiling is a movable screen, so that even in a different seasonal stages, it can be adjusted to create a certain atmosphere in the extent of sunlight throughout the season. The long pathway going towards the ocean is called a sound space. When you are going close to the ocean, surrounded by dense columns, this place leads you to focus on the water sounds only. And you can go to the rock pool with a minimal set of guide, or you can continue to walk enjoying the sound space. And this shows a series narratives how people experience the whole site, starting from the pavilion to arrive in the sound space. The same set of the series show how low vision people can experience the spaces in a sequence, and also how they can perceive them in blur. In a summary, the minimal set of columns and handrail with a contrast color scheme lead people with low vision to navigate the site safely. Also, delicate sensor sequence each space engage with their body experience to enjoy each moment wherever they are.